Okay, so question then. Are you going to take the car or the watch?
Now you're giving me a tough one because that's my favorite brand and I actually love that IP and it's super rare. They only made 20 of those. Because grass is always greener on the other side, just like you wanted to take the watches, I'm going to take the car.
Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a vlog with Roman Sharf. Roman Sharf is CEO of Luxury Bazaar, which is one of the largest luxury watch dealers. They have a huge YouTube presence, and we're gonna link to all of their channels and info down below. We're gonna show him a bunch of cars in the showroom and basically figure out which one he would rather take. And today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is a platform that lets you get tickets to any type of event for the best price possible. Literally anything you can think of that you need a ticket to get into, you can get it cheaper at SeatGeek. And for being a subscriber to MPH Club, you can get it even cheaper than that because we are giving you $20 off your first order when you use promo code MPH Club. All the info to SeatGeek should be listed down below. Let's get on with the video. Look at this. This is wild. I need someone to hook me up with a good price. We are just showing off some of the cars with Roman Sharf. We're here in the showroom, and he's basically gonna take the car for the weekend, right?
I get lost like a kid in the candy store. I'm just looking around. This is like American teacups. So that's actually the spot for them.
Yeah, literally. So the first car that Roman and I got into was the Aventador S Roadster.
Oh, they like pop in. Oh, this is great. I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Some people call it ridiculous. Those T-tops suck. So if it randomly starts raining on you, you have to stop the car one by one, put the roof panel in the front trunk, and God forbid you were using the front trunk for any particular reason. You know, you have to then stop the car, put it back on, and Florida rain is crazy. It's not ideal. You even got a cup holder.
For a bargain price of $500,000, they give you a cup holder.
Yeah.
Is all this shit also extra?
It's real carbon. Yeah, it's extra. It doesn't come like that.
I remember Lee's like huge on carbon.
Yeah. Every car has to have carbon details. You can see it. It's everywhere.
It adds so much.
This is ridiculous. As if that's supposed to help.
Wow. Oh, look, you got a little mirror too.
Yeah.
I think there's got to be a button or something. Well, you got it. All right.
Car number 2 was the Mclaren 570S Spider. Now this car, we have our own feelings about Mclaren, but the spec is incredible. It's a white with that peanut butter brown leather interior. It's really clean.
This is a lot more minimal than the Lambo, I feel like.
Minimal like in design, it's cleaner, right?
It's cleaner. You don't have a humongous console like in the middle. It's a lot cleaner actually.
The touchscreen here is really nice. And then these cars, the newer versions, like the Evo that's parked next to us, has a big touchscreen, but the older version didn't have that. So this is a big change for interior.
So yeah, I'm a big F1 nut. So like I'm sitting in a car and I'm thinking I gravitate towards this because of what it represents, if you will. I'm hoping Lamborghini eventually will have a F1 team.
That would be sick.
I mean, I know there's one up on the chopping block, but I think Porsche wants to get in. So, but I'd rather see Lambo get in.
You might like this. This is how you change the handling in the powertrain. So the only way it activates is when you click this, but this rotates from normal to sport to track. You basically have to engage them by clicking the button, and when the car's on, you click this button, it all lights up, and you hear the difference in, say, the exhaust opens up, the dash changes a bit.
So have you guys tracked any of these cars?
Absolutely not. Do not take these cars to the track. We will stop you. But there are companies that do that specifically, and we will happily introduce you to those guys.
So oddly enough, I'm not the guy to like go fast or go crazy. Like, so if I were to be in this car, I wouldn't want to take it to the track because I feel like I would need a lesson before I do that.
Every time I explain that to people, everybody's first reaction is to tell me like, oh, I'm not gonna go fast. I'm gonna obey the speed limit. We're gonna treat this car nicely. I think they're just telling me what they think I want to hear, you know what I mean? But everybody does that. If you're gonna rent a Lamborghini, you're gonna rent a Lamborghini. I know exactly what you're about to do.
It seems easy to go around in the circle, but I know it's not.
No, but cornering, the apex, there's technique that goes into a lot of that.
I know all those techniques because I watch F1, but I don't personally know how to apply it, if you will. But this, to me, like Lambo versus this, here I feel like I'm in a race car. Over there, I feel like I'm in a luxury sports car.
I can see that.
At the end of the day, I know they can be problematic, but at the same token, it's pretty iconic to sit in a Mclaren if you're somebody that's, let's say, per se, a fan of F1 and the Mclaren team specifically. But this is pretty dope.
You should see our 720S. We have the bigger brother to this car.
So my guy Adrian, my head buyer, my right hand man, for him, what you do,
720S.
Yeah, so that's the one that's a lot more expensive. That's a car for him. That's what he wants. So I feel like this one is a little, I don't want to say lighter, but a little less busy on the interior than Aventador.
Tighter. Car number 3 is the Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spider.
It is a little tighter, but this is I feel like a smaller, maybe not as busy.
So the Huracan Spider specifically versus the coupe, right? So whether you have this part or not.
Spider's the convertible, and the coupe, right?
The coupe actually has a few more inches of legroom. So sometimes we have clients that are like, say, NBA players, and they're 6 foot.
When they sit down, their knees are here.
Yeah. So we really recommend if you are on the higher end of height, you really need to go for the coupe minimum. minimum, if you're in love with the Huracan, you need to go for the coupe because this gets really tight.
So I'm 6 foot tall, and so this is already like my knees are.
You see where this roof would be? It's pretty close.
Right.
You might feel the top of the
So
roof.
if I'm an NBA player, I'm 7'1", my head is here.
Funny enough, this just happened. We had Sharif O'Neal come, and there was quite a few cars that he did not fit in. And if you want to see that video, we can link it down below.
This is pretty insane, like how this is done.
Check this out. There's your cup holder.
And you get a cup holder. You like that? Yeah, I don't know if my Starbucks would fit into this. This is probably for like Perrier water or something Italian.
Yeah, this is the big difference on the interior for the Evo. So the old version is Huracan, the new version being Evo. You get this, and the whole exhaust system's different. The front bumper looks different. Little things.
So is this thing anything in the likes of McLaren where you have separate modes, be it track mode, speed mode? Or,
oh yeah.
So all these cars have like a track mode? Like if you wanted to track them, they all have that kind of mode?
It's actually on the steering wheel for Huracans. You can kind of see them here. There's 3 words in Italian: Strada, Sport, and Corsa. This is your street. Sport is sport. Corsa is Italian for race.
Right.
And this is how you toggle between the modes. And yeah, all of these sports cars are going to have different modes for different types of traction, different types of driving environments.
Yeah, any of these modes, you have to use the manual? Or?
Yes. So Strada and Sport, it'll shift for you. You don't have to worry about using the paddle shifters.
Right.
But when you're in Corsa, you actually have to shift it.
It does feel a little bit small. It is a smaller car, but again, I'm in the passenger seat, so I would have more leg room.
Yeah, there's a pinch more here. But you got your pedals, so.
It is a spaceship, though. It's cool.
On to the next.
This is a car, obviously, you're meant to be driven in, so let's jump in the back.
The Rolls-Royce Phantom Series 8, probably one of our more special vehicles. It's very rare to get a car like this. We've got it totally blacked out. Lee actually has the newer version of this on order. I think he has 2 on order that are both gonna come here to the fleet, to the channel within the year.
I don't think there's anything else out in the market that's a driver's car or a be-driven car.
Be-driven in car.
Yeah, be-driven car like this.
Nothing competes. Yeah, this is really the top.
I know there's a fridge in here. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Wait, it's in here somewhere. Guys, you didn't bring the champagne? What's wrong with you? I'd probably put a bottle of tequila in there.
The legality of that? I don't know.
Well, if you're a passenger, technically, but then again, it's open liquor in the car. It gets a little hairy. We get to play with exciting toys on a daily basis, and it's not grass is green on the other side. I think you guys get to play with better toys on a daily. That's part of your job, right?
That's up for debate.
Yeah, it is and it's not, but you know, grass is green.
These are crazy.
But I feel like we have the perfect watches on to step out of this car.
Oh, for sure. There's something about the starlight that's making these shine crazier, right? It's not just me.
This car and these 2 watches would certainly get somebody's attention if we stepped out. But we're in the safety and comfort of MPH Club, so therefore we're not going to get them up. This thing is insane. I'll tell you what, this is a lot more comfortable than the lower counterparts. A lot more comfortable.
Next up is the Lamborghini Urus, white on red. One of my favorite features is the red steering wheel, which we're going to show you probably right now. This is the option that people go crazy over. You can get what these are called the sports seats. So they're heated, they're cooled, and they come with the color match. This is extra when you get the steering wheel option.
It just finishes off the whole look. I love that. I mean, the interior in this car is absolutely. It does have a familiar look and feel of the cockpit of the Aventador, I feel like.
The design language is definitely there, right? You see like these same, like everything is in like a hexagonal shape, and you can find that both on the outside and on the inside. It's like Lamborghini shape.
This makes you feel like you're in an airplane.
Yeah, and it's a twin turbo V8 engine. So it looks like a mom car, right? But no, this is actually the world's first S SUV. It's a new category.
Before your time, and probably before you were born, Lamborghini did have an SUV back then.
You're talking about the LM002.
Yeah,
that
was,
one's
we're talking
sick.
like early 80s, I think, is when that came out. But that's like a super collectible car because they make so few.
There is a version before the LM002 called the Cheetah that didn't actually make it to full production, but there are a handful of these really special trucks out and about on the internet. We can probably pop up a picture right here. That, Roman, was the first Lamborghini SUV.
Okay, I see street, I see sport, I see course. So what are these 3?
So these extra are for crazy different driving modes. Your
Ski mode.
off-road, your snow, and then sand. You click this, and then you can change your powertrain, handling, and suspension, all from there. And then on this touchscreen, you can make it feel exactly how you want. Okay, so question then. Are you gonna take the car or the watch?
So again, they say grass is mud green on the other side. Now you're giving me a tough one because that's my favorite brand, and I actually love that IP, and it's super rare. They only made 20 of those. Because grass is always green on the other side, just like you wanted to take the watches, I'm gonna take the car.
All right, guys, it's gonna wrap up today's vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like and go check out Roman Sharf's channel and Luxury Bazaar to see more.
I had a blast here, guys. Thank you so much for having me once again. Always a pleasure to see you, Rob. Thanks
for coming by.